W163 roof rail removal. That's a mouthful. And it's not fun. So I've got one side off, and I'm going to be able to tell you guys how to do this, hopefully without breaking anything. I've got something I've got to figure out here because I snapped off one stud kind of deep in the roof and another one right there. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you guys. I took my time and didn't snap the other three. Tools you gotta have: 10mm socket. Definitely some penetrating oil. BB Blaster is probably the best. A flathead screwdriver or trim removal tool, and a T25. And I can't stress this enough. I'm a huge fan of power tools. Don't use them. That's how I just broke those ones. So you got three covers. You got your rear cover, center, and front. The rear and the front come off generally the same. You can just stick your screwdriver behind this. See if I can do this one-handed. Probably not. But the idea is to get behind and under and kind of pull it towards you. See if I can get this started and bring you guys back. Alright, so I got my screwdriver started onto there and just kind of pry it up as you go. If you're not saving these for any reason, then have at them, throw them in the trash. You're not going to need them. If you're putting a roof rack on, then just pry these suckers out of here. There we go. Ta-da! And there's our 10 mils. Please come out nice and easy. Alright, so the front comes off exactly the same as side one. A little different, but kind of the same. Just work that in there, maybe from the top. However you can get it out. I think I did mine from the front here. Man, my car is slippery. Decided to do this at 10 o'clock at night because well, I'm on night shift and I've got the night off, so why not? Come on, get out of there. There you go. Alright. Shut up, C-130. Alright, so we got two 10s there. We've got a 10 buried under there, and it's going to be the same up front as the rear, the two 10s going down. This is what your T25 is for. I'm going to go ahead and pop that out now. I did it last time, but again, just nice and easy with all this stuff. For some reason, Mercedes must have had a lot of Loctite in stock, because it's all here. Look at all that Loctite. Is that necessary? Probably not. Well, they weren't going anywhere. Look, it's just Loctite dust. Yep. Alright, cool. Well, we're done with the T25. We're done with these two covers. Let's get to these 10s. Tight. Tight, 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 tight.
Tight, 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 yeah!
And the great thing about these is you can't get any oil to them until they come up at least a little bit. Man, these things always feel like they're just gonna pop. Then I'm gonna fall off this ladder. That'd be pretty funny. And these back ones have no give. You gotta use your good guesstimating torque wrench, and you're like, is it gonna break? Well, they're more than wrist tight, I'll tell you that much. Goodness gracious, these things are stuck in here. So anyways, we're gonna loosen them real slow. As soon as you get some space under here where you can, I'd say, see daylight underneath, but nope. You can get some space under there to actually spray some lubricant, and then I would run the bolt back down nice and slow, get some lube in the threads, back up. If it gets tight, back down. Back up. If it gets tight, back down. That's how we're going to prevent from breaking these dang things off. Well, you win some, you lose some. This one was fighting me the whole way out, but eventually she came out. This one barely fought me at all and decided to just snap off. So that's bad news. We got a fix for it though, don't worry. Moving on to the middle one. Okay, then they should gingerly lift off. Nope. The issue is our cover plate here can't come up yet because the center's not off. So we gotta kind of try and pry the piece from this piece, and I think they're glued. They don't like to separate, but they will. You just gotta motivate them. Just come on. Let go. Okay, here we go. All right. See that? We're good. All right, and free in the middle, and let's get the. We're gonna do the same thing here. What I was doing up front was separating these two. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. You don't want to go tearing up your, there we go. Look at that. You don't want to go tearing up your little cover here. We are going to reuse that. You don't necessarily need it. It just looks better with it. I'm going to have to do some modifications to it by cutting some slits, because it is going to go down after the roof rack's installed. And you won't be able to do that because there's holes. So basically what we're going to do is get you can use a pair of shears. I'll use my death wheel and just notch it. Yoink, right there, cross here, and there. So basically we're going to C-notch it so that all of this part to the inside is open. That way when you want to put it on, you just kind of click it in there. Alright, so I'm going to get the very last bolt, and then we'll talk about how to pull the little cover up. Ah, great news. No, it's not. That's not the right bolt. I can't lie. I broke it. It broke off. It snapped right off. It was coming out. We were having a good time. We were talking. It was working out, and yeah, I decided to let go. So that's that. But at least we have a lot of thread left there. And actually, you know what? If you got a lot of thread sticking out like that, you're in good shape. You're in pretty dang good shape. So when it's down low and you can't get a hold of it, that's when we're gonna have problems. But let's start getting this rail up. We can just move this guy out of the way a little bit. So we should be able to just pop it up if it hasn't popped up on its own somewhere along the lines of you messing with it. Alright, cool. Wants to make me look stupid. That's fine. You just move the ladder on back. Climb back up it. And we'll start here in the back. And we'll jam a screwdriver in there and pop it on up. Now I'd say be gentle, be careful. There's a lot of these old plastic clips in here, And if you want to put the rail back down, you want to do your best not to snap them all off. And don't just yank up on the rail. It'll bend really easily. So, yeah. I'm going to have to scooch down and work this piece by piece. I really wish it looked cool without them, because I don't like this kind of stuff. I like just ripping it apart and throwing it in the trash. But I ran mine without the rails and it looked really silly. I don't know why, I can't explain it. It's just one of those things that didn't look right. Okay, and last one. Oh, you look like you want to break off. Why are you trying to break off? Come on, man. Is it always the last one? It is. It is always the last one. Unless it's roof rack bolts. Then it's 50% of them. Well, I guess on this side it'd be, 65%? I don't know. Fractions are hard. What's 3/5? I don't know. 66%? Come on. Don't break. Just let go. There you go, Jack. Just let go, Jack. Just let go. Or was it don't let go? I don't remember. He died, though. He did die. That boy froze. Alright. So, yeah, I'm going to get these actually cleaned up. I was about to tell you what color I was going to paint them. I can't do that. I can't do that. It's too early. I was going to say, I'll go ahead and paint them to match the color that the rest of the rig's going to be. Nope. So I got to wait. Now I got to wait like everybody else. Alright, are we done? Are we done with this? No, we're not. We got to figure out how to get these dang things out. So, gross. Yeah, lots of cleaning to do. Oh, yeah, see that one? That's gonna be fun. That's a lot of fun. So that's our little clips. You can probably buy these, but I don't know. So I would just try not to break them. If they do break, I'm sure you can order them at Mercedes, maybe even on Jungle website or Flea Bays. So if you got a welder, you can get these out, as long as you got some threads showing. I grabbed a bolt out of the bin that kind of fit these threads, stuck it on there, globbed the weld on top, and this one is home free. I noticed it was loose immediately after the heat from the weld. I mean, that loosened it right up. So that one's going to come out. Its brother right next to it, I don't know about that. Yeah, there you are. She's out. That one, I don't think that one's coming out. Good news is, on the ML4 Dirty, same thing happened. Pretty sure I went through the same process to get these things out, and some of them I was unable to, just like this one. Honestly, you really only need one bolt. The mounting flange includes holes for both. If you break them all off like that, honestly, I mean, you're looking at like drilling, tapping, trying to find an easy out to get these things. It's not going to be easy. What I might do is try and find another nut and get it down there as far as I can, and then just weld on the inside and hope something hooks to that other bolt. I don't know. Only one way to find out. But yeah, in order to get you a ground for up here for welding, if you need to, just grab one of your good bolts, throw it in a hole. Good to go. Well, 2 failures. And I'm gonna jinx myself here. I picked the camera up to show you guys this was actually working. Seems like every time I show you guys something works, Son of a beep. Yeah, I'm not stopping this time. Nope. Haha. Figured out what it was. That 10 seconds or so it take me to fire up the camera. You know, take both hands off, mess with that, do this, do that. This stuff was setting back up. It really is a lot to do with the heat of the weld itself that breaks these things loose. So you got that one empty, that one's empty, that one's good. Moving on to the next ones. But yeah, I mean it took 4 tries. Finally the 4th one took. Yeah, so liberal amount of penetrating oil between heats, and just keep working at it. I'd say you know, shoot the weld dead down in the middle, make sure it hits the stud, not the nut. Don't try and fill the gap. You want to hit the bottom. Alright guys, you really want to hit the bottom on this one. Try as hard as you can. Don't worry about hitting the walls. Just the bottom. Get down to that stud. The rest will take care of itself. Guaranteed. Then I'd say wait probably 10-15 seconds for it to go ahead and anneal. That means you got a good weld. It's hardened. You're not just sitting there like molten anymore. I wouldn't wait any longer than that because it's the heat that's in this stud, in this bolt now, which is breaking loose all that Loctite in there. So I don't want to touch it. It's hot. That ain't too bad. Yeah, it's out. Sweet. Add that to the pile of success. Ah, yeah, it's hot. Sweet. Another one down. So both of those holes are good on the back of the passenger side. You guys remember what happened back here. This one snapped off high. In this case, I'm leaving this one. Not even going to touch it, not going to try and get it out, even though in this scenario this would be the easiest one to get out. I could probably latch onto this with a pair of vice grips and get it out. But I'm going to leave it because this is my build rig. This is what I build everything off of for the customers. And with me taking the rack on and off all the time to build new ones, it's actually easier for me to have studs instead of bolts, if that makes any sense. So when I'm building these things, I take my mounting flange and basically lay it up here, and then when the rack gets put up on top, I build the legs off of my mounting bracket to the bottom of the roof rack, and then when it's all welded, tack welded and everything, just lifts right off the studs and I'm done. No having to come up here and try and find it and put bolts in. It's just easier. It's easier for me for what I do. If you guys want to have just bolts, have just bolts. That's fine. I'll probably put in the description of the video exactly what thread these are, because right now it's escaping me and I don't have a thread gauge. Something metric, I'm sure. I don't know. M8 125. I don't remember. It's not that. It can't be that. My memory's not that good. But yeah, I think I've got just one left. That's it. Oh great, another shallow one. Cool. That's better than the one from the driver's side, so at least I can get a nut over that and get a weld to it. Let's get it out.